YouTube. What's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live, guys. And today's live is going to be on 10 deep sleepers that can help you win a championship. That can help you get on your championship run. So make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. I said what I said. This is cutting edge content. What's going on with you, Maximus?
Oh, not too much, but a new bass today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
gonna start learning how to play that. Know how to play the guitar already, so throw the bass in there. Shouldn't be much different. Just one string instead of a bunch of them. How
Right, right.
about yourself? How you been?
Pretty good, man. Just grinding, ready for fantasy football, man. Trying to get everything together. Got some listener leagues going and everything.
Yeah, we got that draft on Sunday night that starts too with the 1 minute timer at 8:30, I think.
Yes.
With Terrence, the new one that's going to
Yep.
be on YouTube.
Yep.
That's on that One Fantasy Guys Network
Yep.
channel on YouTube. You can catch Terry and I on that, and
Right.
also Alex and Terrence and a bunch of other guys I don't really know yet, so can't say any other names.
Right. Right.
You can watch
Right.
what unfolds in one of our leagues, though, live as it happens.
Right. And guys, make sure y'all check out the Good Hour. That's gonna be on Thursday. Do you getting your live questions answered? If you are a member, you get priority on that. Also, guys, if you need a video referred and you are a member, you can refer videos. All you gotta do is just hit me up, guys, in the comment section, or just hit me up at fantasygoodesports@gmail.com. Or you can help Maximus. Maxim, you have an email?
Uh, no, I should get one, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, we'll be good. That's all good.
Yep.
But anything going on interesting before we get started? What's going on in fantasy? Anything you want to talk about before we get started?
Fantasy wise, I don't know, not really too much. You got rumors of Anthony Richardson maybe getting traded, but I don't think that. I don't think they're done on him yet. Like,
Right,
I
right,
think it's like Daniel Jones just gives them the best chance, and then once they're eliminated, it's going to be Anthony Richardson anyways. So, and then they'll
right,
see what they got, and they can reevaluate in the offseason, see where they're at, because he needs those reps at some point. And if you keep him on
right,
the bench, he's just never going to get them, and then he'll never become anything. And he needs to become more than just a runner too, because you see what happens. He gets injured every time he gets touched.
right. What you think? So you think they treating him like Bryce Young? Take a break for a second, and then maybe you can come back and be a better quarterback.
Somewhat like that, but a longer break because Bryce was more
Mm,
refined than Anthony Richardson,
there
right?
you
Like,
go.
so
There
he
you
didn't
go.
need a lot of time. Like Anthony Richardson, like even if he's not the starter, I want to see what they're doing in the season in these reps. Like, is he getting any of the first quarterback reps? Because he should be getting at least 25% of them. If you
Yes.
think he's still your future, you got to bring Daniel Jones from 90 down to friggin' 70 or 75, and give Anthony Richardson at least those reps to start improving.
Or call Andy Reid, them crew, and say, "What did y'all do with Pat Mahomes and Alex Smith?" Well, that's what we trying to do. That's what they need to be doing. So going to what you were saying, I think Pat Mahomes was getting what 25, 30% of the first snaps hit the whole season of the in practice, right?
Yeah, something like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
But they knew that he was going to be the guy, so that's where
Yes.
you kind of got to model that, right?
Yes.
Like
Yep.
I forgot they did that actually, but yeah, I was going to say they were winning. That's the
Right. They
difference.
was
Is
winning, but they
when you're
still,
winning, you
yeah.
can do stuff, right?
Right.
But
Right.
Andy Reid's a great coach, though.
Yeah, one of the best to do it.
Yep.
Never thought I would say that. I know I will always say that he was a great offensive coordinator when he was leaving Philly. I never thought I would say he's one of the best coaches to ever do it. He might go down as the greatest coach with the Kansas City Chiefs after it's all said and done.
Yeah, yeah, you can't argue it now that he's got at least two Super Bowls. So
Yes, sir. So let's go ahead and get started because I know you got a show that you got to get to. So guys, we're not gonna speed through it, but we're gonna try to get through our guys because Maximus got somewhere he got to be around 6. So we're gonna try to get through it, but we're gonna try to get to your comments. I would recommend that you super chat because we might not be able to get to all of your comments, but we'll try to get to the members first, then we'll also the super chats, and then if we got a little bit of time, we'll try to read through the rest. But Maximus, since you the guest, bro, I guess you can start off with your guy. Who's your first deep sleeper? What's going on, Fantasy Network?
well,
What's going on, Kenny? What's going on, Ian Taylor, Nino, Deal Devoted, first one in the building?
let's go with I don't know if this guy's a deep sleeper, but I'll call him a bit of a sleeper, and you're going to want to take him before his ADP. One QBs is the fourth round. The super flex he'll go in the fifth or the sixth. But Trayvon Henderson, like I think
Mm,
he's going to be the rookie that's in the top 10 of running backs this year. You're going to
right,
have Stevenson's going to fumble because he's always had fumble issues, and once that happens, Vrabel's way more pig-headed than Bill Belichick was, and Belichick likes Stevenson, so he always got another chance. Vrabel's got no connections to him, right? So it'll be. I
right.
think you're going to see a Trayvon Henderson show this very early this year. So he's the guy you want to come away from drafts, and I would say within the first 3 rounds to make
I
sure you.
agree. I agree. I went from saying that he was a 7th round pick before the first preseason game, and I did a video and saying, guys, you got to reach on this guy. Before I could download the video and import it, he already broke the kickoff return. I was like, damn. I was on the guy. So Travion
Yep.
Henderson, guys, is very explosive. I agree. I might not say he's a deep sleeper, but I don't mind you mentioning him because I do believe that you could take this guy in the 2nd round. I don't think you overdraft him. Now, the only thing we just want to make sure he stays healthy. He is a little bit on the smaller side. I think right now I think he could have like a Devon A. Chain rookie season when Devon A. Chain averaged like 8 yards a carry and just was tremendously explosive.
Oh, see, I think he can be better than that.
Yeah, he could. I'm not saying I'm just giving them a benchmark.
Yeah, well,
Right.
yeah, like Trayvon's got some power to him, right? Like he can
Yeah,
run
he
people
does.
over and go up the
Yes.
middle, where I don't think Chance can do that, right? That's why they went out and got Ollie Gordon and Jalen Wright the last 2 drafts.
Facts.
So,
Yep.
who's your first guy?
Well, my first guy is going to be your guy that you put me on, and you told me don't worry about the injury. It's Sean Tucker. Sean Tucker. Now, listen, guys, the reason why I love Sean Tucker as a deep sleeper is because I think with Rashad White, and listen, he hasn't been cut yet, but I think he's going to get faded out of this offense. The reason why he's a good pass catcher, but he doesn't have the explosive that Sean Tucker or Bucky Irvin has. Now, do I think Sean Tucker is a better pass catcher than Rashad White? No, but I think he's a better overall back, and I think they split carries between him and Sean Tucker and Bucky Irvin throughout the season. And if anything happens to Bucky, I believe that Sean Tucker could kill it. So yes, guys, I think Sean Tucker is a great deep sleeper that you need to be stashing on your team, and this guy could end up having a real nice role where he could win you on a bye week, or he could win you a quadrant, which is like 4 games because of injury. But you definitely want to have this guy. How you feel about Sean Tucker, Maximus?
Oh, I like him a lot. Like I've always said, Rashad White was just Tom Brady's guy, and that he's going to be phased out at some point because he doesn't work for Baker. Like
There
it
you
just
go.
doesn't work. He can't run up the middle. He's a great pass catching back. He can have a certain type of role, but you don't need him to have that role in Tampa Bay with the other running backs that you got. And they just actually brought in the guy that they dropped from the Falcons there, McMillan, I think, something like that. The running back. He was for Alabama. Jace something.
Oh yeah, Jason McMillan. Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
who you talk. Yeah, yeah,
And he's no
yes,
slouch either. So like it would be very easy for them to trade Rashad White, which I think would be
yes,
more likely than to just outright drop him, right? Like let's go ahead and get
right,
a 5th or a 6th round pick for him because you'll get that from somebody, especially like the
right.
Cowboys. Like why wouldn't the Cowboys pay that?
Right, right.
So
But I don't know if Rashad White is explosive enough for anybody to really go and try to get him. That's another. I mean, he could come on the team, but would he have a role? I don't know if he's going to have the role or starting role. He might have a backup role, like in a split
yeah,
backfield.
yeah, and that's fine. Like I was just thinking right now, the Colts be perfect
Yes,
on the Colts.
yes,
Jonathan Taylor, do your Jonathan Taylor stuff. When you need a break, we'll put Rashad White in, and he can do a speedy outside run, or friggin' catch it on the outside, or go in the slot and catch it. Right, like he can have a role somewhere. He
agreed.
belongs in the NFL. I just don't think
Yes,
he's one of these backs where you can hand him the ball and trust
20
he's going to go
times.
in the middle.
Agreed, agreed. Let's get the likes up, fella. We got 23 people in the chat room. We need to at least have 15 likes. Come on, we providing cutting edge content for you. Come on now. So go ahead, Maximus. You can go with your next guy.
All right, I'm going to go with this. I was early on this guy too, and you'll know that Dante Thornton Jr.
Yeah.
for the Raiders. He's the wide receiver one.
Yes.
Doesn't matter. He's going to get 80 to 100 targets easily as a rookie. What he does with it is up to him. He's 6'5". He's got some. He's got a 4.3 40. He's got a lot of speed to him. So he's going to be that DK Metcalf type of role for Pete Carroll. What he does with it is up to him. But where you're getting him, it's worth the friggin' jump to go out and get him.
Big facts. Big facts. And he got him, so I'm not even going to mention him. I got him on my list too. Um, and the trade with Amari Cooper doesn't matter to me. I think they bringing Amari Cooper in for one. It's going to help Dante be able to learn how to be a route runner. He's going to watch Amari Cooper be a professional. And if Amari Cooper wears down, which he does, Dante can come in and have a role. Now, how quick it's going to be, I think it could be week one. They just need him to make a big play or two a game. Remember, DK came in as a number 3 wide receiver, but he was making big plays the whole season. So I believe that's what Dante Thornton can be. Yeah, that's a great one, man. And his athletic score, which I'm big on, is tremendously, and he catches the ball well out inside of his body. So
Yeah.
it's no Quentin Johnson there, no Quentin
There's just a
Johnson.
lot of people down on him because he went to Tennessee and they're a run first offense.
Yes,
So
right.
he was never going to be a pass guy, but every time they went to him, he got a touchdown because he's just big and fast, like Megatron, big and fast type.
Facts, facts. Yep. Okay, so my next guy is going to be Troy Franklin. And I'm going to tell y'all going to think I'm crazy. Y'all know I don't care what the consensus say. Troy Franklin was my number one wide receiver. Then it was Brian Thomas, and then it was Malik Neighbors. And then I had Ricky Pearsall. So a lot of I don't care what people are saying. My guys, they end up working out. Now, is Troy Franklin probably going to be better than Malik Neighbors? No. I can admit that. But I still like Troy Franklin. I like what he can do. And I think they trying to transition him into a deep threat to help take the top off of Bo Nix. So I think Troy Franklin, guys, is going to be a great best ball pick. And also, I think he's going to be good for you to play as a flex play and a bye week replacement on guy in fantasy football. So have him on your team as a sleeper, and you never know where his opportunities are going to come from or when it's going to come. How do you feel
Yeah.
about Troy Franklin, Maximus?
I haven't even thought of him because I didn't even think he'd be part of that offense. So that's an interesting one to me. I'll have to go back and look at that before I comment.
Yeah, they remember they traded who did they trade? They got Cortland Sutton and they traded a guy.
Traded that Vele,
Yeah, yep, Vele. Even though we like Pat Bryant's going to be fine, but Troy Franklin was drafted in what, the third or fourth round?
something like that, and he
Yeah,
knows Bo Nix, so I could see
right,
it. I just got to do a bit more research before I go out and put my stamp on
right.
it.
Big facts. Big
Yeah.
facts.
All right.
Okay,
So for me, I'm going to Carolina. I'm going to Xavier Leggett.
that's my guy. Come
Yeah,
on now,
I think
preach.
he's gonna have a big friggin' like. I know he got in that fight in the preseason, got a little amped up, but that just means he's showing passion. He actually thinks Carolina can win. I do think that offense takes a huge leap. I've got them as the surprise team in the NFC East or NFC side, and then the AFC side, I think New England's going to surprise teams and push for a playoff spot. So I think Carolina's offense finally going to start doing some stuff. And I think it's more going to be Leggett getting the majority of the targets over Ted.
Yes. Yep. Tech's going to be fine, but he got to listen. I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick. When you come from college to pros, you got to. Hey, these grown ass men is putting their hands on you. So you got to be ready to do that for the whole game. So I don't know if Ted is ready to go and receive 10 targets from Bryce Young every single game. I believe eventually he will be. He will know how to work his craft through the whole game. But Xavier has already had those lessons. So I think Xavier will be a sneaky guy to play and a wide receiver 3 in a 3 wide receiver league that's going to give you at least 10 points a game.
Yeah, and just to the comment down there, Jimmy Horn Jr. is not going to chase down Leggett because he can't play on the outside. He's too small. He's a slot
Yes.
receiver.
He's a slot wide receiver.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
they
Now,
may they'll be
right.
on the field at the same time playing
Right.
different roles.
Facts. Big facts. I love Jimmy Horn though. I think Jimmy Horn's gonna make big plays. I think he's gonna have more like a Ted Ginn gadget role, right? A big play here, there, every game to help take the top off the defense. But would he be getting 10 targets? No. I believe Xavier Leggett would 6 to 7 targets a game, would you say, for Xavier Leggett?
Yep, somewhere around there. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
at least
And I
5.
yes. And I would say for Jimmy Horn, I would say 3 to 4 targets a game, maybe a little bit more depending on the health of other wide receivers on that team. Yeah. Okay. The fantasy network says I don't know if Leggett is better than Coker. Coker looks good. But I think Horn was they was trying to put Horn over Coker. He's going to have to show me a lot, right? Chasing down his targets. Okay. So the next guy that I'm talking, I was gonna talk about Dante Thornton, but we already talked about him, so I'm gonna move on, guys. Number 2 is going to be Thomas Fadone. Thomas Fidone is either Fidone or Fidone, but anyway, he's the tight end from the New York Giants, and they just cut Greg Dulcich. So this is why I'm on Thomas Fidone. I was on him before anybody outside of his mama and daddy. The reason why I was on Thomas Fidone, guys, he was the number 1 tight end coming out over Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts, like as a recruit coming out of high school. Now he to his knee, he messed up his knee the first year, and then the next year he messed up his other knee. So he's been rehabbing. But what I'm telling you is, with all the technology we have now, knee injuries are not the same. So does he have a long 15-year career? Maybe not. But can he have a 6, 7 year career? Yes. And the guy has great. Like I like to watch bigger guys because usually they like to catch it with their bodies. He's a stendo catcher. So he can catch the ball away from his body, and he's really sneaky athletic with the knee injuries. But he's getting better every day, practicing the pro game, getting his speed back. So I think Thomas Fadone, guys, with Brian Daboll, could have you 4 or 5 touchdowns. Where Russell Wilson faked it to Tyrone Tracy or Scatterbo and comes out the back door and throw that little waggle pass that they do to the tight end when he blocked Chip and then he go out to the flats. I believe he can score 4 or 5 touchdowns doing that, and his role can only increase. How you feel about Thomas Fedone?
Well, I wrote it down in case I wouldn't forget, but I do like Thomas Fedone. I think he's a great tight end, but I also like Theo Johnson and the way that he's been
Mm,
looking in the preseason and the
okay,
way he's been talking. He's like, I want to be the guy this year. And
right,
he's just been looking good all preseason. Every time he gets the ball, he's like running over people, doing that sort of acting like George Kittle type of thing, being
right,
aggressive type of style. So, man, that's I don't think either one of them pulls away with the job this year, though.
right, right,
So I think it's kind of, but it's going to lower the two of them fantasy wise. They'll be
right, right,
awesome football players. They'll be
right,
awesome that way. Football games, maybe they'll win some. It's tough to say how many the Giants will win.
right,
And I got them kind of on the same level for tight ends, so that's why I don't. It's hard for me to see either one of them pulling away with that job.
right. B Silver, I would say both. You can use them for fourth quadrant breakouts because that's kind of the same thing as rookies. You know, rookies break out in fourth quadrant, or you just could use them as a deep sleeper stash type guy. Okay. All right, you can go with your next guy,
All
Maximus.
right. I've seen it mentioned in the comments a bunch of times, so I might as well bring him up. And I got him down here. And Isaac Tesla.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be the slot guy for the Lions. I think you're going to see Amon St. Brown be faded in targets, not be relied on as much. That offense is going to grow with a new, different type of offensive coordinator coming in. So I think Tesla's one of those guys that gets targets. I think Laporta is going to get targets. Like, but as a late round flex play that you can put in your bigger leagues, like I like Isaac Tesla. I think you can probably start him and you can rely on him for 4 catches, maybe 40 to 50 yards, and
Right.
a possible touchdown in a game.
I agree. I've been watching the guy, but I think a lot of people can. I didn't want to mention him because we all know Tesla and there's a couple other guys out there that we kind of is in like a I guess a consensus deep sleeper, which maybe that's an oxymoron. Maybe that doesn't go together. But yeah, I think Tesla's going to be good. Um, Jameson evolving into the guy that I think he is going to hold Tesla back a little bit, where he could end up being the slot guy. But if Amara or Jameson has an injury, Tesla can ball out now. So I agree. To me, what makes his value really, really good is the injury to Amara or Jameson Williams.
Yeah, and he's a Dan Campbell guy through and through.
Yes, you already know that. Facts, big facts. Uh, okay, last guy that I got, and actually I got a bonus guy before we get out of here, too, guys, and I'm gonna get to the comments. But Isaiah Likely. And when Isaiah Likely got the injury on his foot, I was a little bit disappointed, but I was like, now I'm gonna be to get him in all my drafts. And guys, let me tell you about a draft strategy that I'm doing. One of my draft strategies that I'm doing outside of a tight end premium league, and even I don't mind doing it there, but I'm gonna draft my whole team, and then I'm gonna wait late to get Isaiah Likely 3 or 4 rounds before the draft is over, and let him evolve and just plug him in as my tight end and take whatever I get. Because when he gets going, this is gonna be a wide receiver for this team. Like this guy is that good. I think he's a top 3 tight end in talent with Brock Bowers. No, Travis Kelce is older now, but with Brock Bowers and Trey McBride and David Njoku, I think he's on that type of level and maybe could be better because of his speed, his yak. So Isaiah Likely to me is a deep sleeper this year.
Yeah, I like him. I think they'll try to trade Andrews too, right up until the trade deadline.
Yes. Yes, that can possibly happen, especially if somebody wants something good for him and Isaiah Likely is breaking out. They probably would have already traded Mark if Isaiah Likely when he had the foot injury.
Yep. Oh, for sure.
Yep. Yep. You got any more guys, Maximus?
I got another guy I'll mention here, and Jalen
Okay.
Warren for the Steelers.
Yes, that's
I
a
know
good
they
one.
just
That's a great
drafted
one.
Keon Johnson, but the way Jalen Warren's been like practicing all this all off season and training, like even before they got to camps and stuff, like he looks good, man. Like he looks fit. I think he looks ready to handle this load. And like Pittsburgh's going all veterans here. People think it's going to be the rookie with the handling the bulk of the loads. I think it's going to be Jalen Warren, man. He's going to give
Yes.
it 60 to 70% of that carries. So you can get he's going as RB30 right now. You can get like a possible like high RB2, maybe possible RB1 as an RB30. So what's that? Like probably around 8 or 9.
Right, right. And also, this is the main reason why I believe he's going to play a lot. He's a top 3 pass protector as a running back, and I actually got to give a shout out to Maximus guy. And guess who is in that top 3? Possibly Travion Henderson as a rookie. You would never. I've never saw. Maybe I don't. I'm trying to think about Marshall Falk. Some of these older school guys. I've never known a rookie that came in the NFL as a running back and would like you, or Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott was one of those guys where he came out of college and was ready to light a linebacker up. So,
Hey, if you're going in the first round of the NFL, you better be ready to do that. Like
right, right,
Gianti, I don't know if he can do it, but the preseason game against San Francisco when he put it in the end zone there when they're I think 3rd and 1 or something like that, and
right,
he had to muscle it in there. Okay, that's what you got to do, young man. Like I
right.
want to see you and Hampton running over people right off the start because you got first round draft capital as a running back. You better be able to do that.
Big facts.
And
We got Doomsday Corner Sports. Appreciate you, bro. Always showing support to the channel with the super chat. Yes, sir. He says, great show, guys. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. Yes. Okay, guys. So, the last guy that I'm gonna talk about is gonna be Will Shipley. And the reason why I'm bringing up Will Shipley, I believe that Saquon is gonna break a record this year, and I believe the record is gonna be the running back that has the least amount of playing time with the amount of yards he's going to have. Will Shipley is going to play a lot of fourth quarters. This team, the Philadelphia Eagles, is really good. So I don't think Saquon is going to be playing the whole game. Saquon going to be like, look, I don't care, because he's a humble guy. Saquon don't care nothing about stats. He just want to win championships, and that's how he's getting into the Hall of Fame. Saquon went to like, yeah, man, he got injuries. Went to the Eagles. He's one of the best backs that we ever saw. I'm like, damn, just off a championship, he gonna say that already? Y'all was saying he was a injury prone guy a year ago, but yeah, man, I think Will Shipley is going to play a lot in the fourth quarter, and he can give you a floor of like 7 to 8 points with Saquon Barkley, because Saquon, they're not going to run Saquon into the ground every week. So how you feel about Will Shipley, real quick?
I like Will Shipley a lot, but I don't. I think Barkley breaks the running back rushing record this year.
Do you? Okay,
I
okay,
do. I think that let's look at what all it takes for a running back to get into the Hall of Fame, man. You need a Super Bowl ring,
yep,
and you need to be dominant in some type of fashion in the running game. Like that season that he won it, well, okay, that doesn't count. Like you got to
right,
break that record, and you're in. So
right,
if he wants in the Hall of Fame, all he's got to do is break that rushing record this year, and like doesn't matter what you do for the rest of your career. Yeah, he wants to win more Super Bowls. I get that, but it wouldn't matter what you did the rest of your career. You're in the Hall of Fame. So
right,
I do think he breaks that, but I do think we see Will Shipley a lot too because I think they're just that far up on guys. By the time the
yep,
third quarter comes, they don't have to. So he's got to get that 150, 200 yards every game in that first, let's say, three
6, 7,
quarters,
yeah,
possibly into like the 6, 7 minute of the fourth.
yeah, right, right,
But I like
yeah, I
Shipley a
agree,
lot. I stashed him last year, knowing that this would be his year this year with Gainwell's contract coming up.
right. I actually think who was the guy? Oh, so here's another claim I want to make real quick. I think I believe that Derrick Henry will break the rushing all-time rushing record. I don't see him retiring. I think this guy is 4 years away from retiring. Just look what he can do with Lamar Jackson, and then compute what he does as as a workout warrior. If he don't get no injuries, this guy gonna play for 6, 7 more years, and he can
Oh,
do that. He could be a goal line back at 35 years old and get 1,500 yards to break the rushing record. He's 6,000 yards away. That's like 3 seasons, maybe 4 seasons of having 1,500 plus yards.
well, you look what the Raiders or the Ravens did with him last year, man. He went
Right.
from basically 300 to 400 carries, depending on their season, to you're under 220.
Facts.
So he's going to be like that every year. That's just the way the Raiders do it. Like they get two running backs that they get the ball 220 to 250 times, and if they even got a third guy that they bring in to keep those guys under, so they'll
Yep.
keep him healthy.
There you go. I agree, especially playing with Lamar Jackson. That adds on to your career.
Yep.
We got a few super chats in here. Appreciate it, guys. We got Chris Villa in here. He says, talk about the Raider wide receiver room. Great show. I think that eventually Dante Thornton evolves into the number 2, number 1 guy. I still think Brock Bowers is the number 1 guy, no matter if he's playing tight end or wide receiver. He's a wide receiver, if you ask me. And I think Dante Thornton comes in there and makes big plays. I think Amari Cooper just a good guy to have on the team that is going to play and run his route tree. But the Dante Thornton's going to be the upside rookie guy that you want to have.
Yeah, I think Beck's the next year guy once they let Myers walk.
Right. Um, we got Dylan with the super chat. He says thoughts between Chisholm, wide receiver, or Brashard Smith. Um, just because Kareem Hunt is there too, and you still have what's the white guy name in Kansas City?
Oh, Steele, Carson Steele,
Carson Steele.
Eli
I'm
Mitchell.
yeah, and Mitchell. I'm gonna go with Chisholm because there's too many mouths to feed on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I agree. I think Chisholm's going to be a big factor this year, and he's actually one of these super sleepers we should have mentioned.
Yes, but we can't mention that. You can't mention everybody. You can't
Nope,
mention everybody because
he's
then you
probably
just
the.
all you doing is regurgitating something.
I'd say he's the deepest one right now, though.
Right, right.
That has the best shot to succeed.
Kenny says my first super chat, nine a game or don't bang. Yes, sir. Appreciate it,
Bang
bro.
bang. It's a Niner thing.
Okay,
you
okay.
you might not know the bang bang.
Right, 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 right. Uh, okay, let's go through a couple more of these. I'm gonna get to the members first, guys. If I don't get to your chat, I apologize, but we got to get out of here. Maximus got something he has to do. Um, Justin, you knew I'm gonna read out your chat. He said, "What up, TD? Love the content. Appreciate you, bro. Become a member of the channel, man. We got Fantasy Network, member of the channel. He says, "Hey, yo, we got another super chat from Big Will in the house. Watch your mouth." He said, "What up, gentlemen? Great show. I'm not liking my squad without a stud wide receiver or two. Why isn't Kamara ranked high? I don't know. That's what I've been saying.
I'll
This
tell
is a
you
game
why.
script. Why?
Because he's on the Saints and they can't do nothing, and they're expected not to do nothing. So like Kamara's still going to do Kamara things. Like they're going to have to check down to him because that offensive line is horrible. So he's a steal. Like
Yes,
where's he going? Like I think he's going around the seventh or eighth round.
yes.
Like I would take him if he's there on the
I'm
board.
fourth, fifth. I think he's going in single quarterback. He's going like fifth round. I'm taking Alvin Kamara. Y'all been talking about Alvin Kamara all year. He's game script proof.
Okay, I
He's
was
game
taking
script proof.
Alvin Kamara on his rookie year in the first round, and people told me I was nuts
Yeah,
because he wasn't going in the first.
right. Hey, I learned my lesson. Nobody, I'm never gonna call you nuts. You didn't pause. Of people, you've been on guys that nobody was on. That I'm like, what? This guy, and it hit. So man, that's why I bring you up on the show. That's why we working together, bro. Because I believe in your takes. Um, he says, why isn't Kamara ranked high? He says, I can't see the difference between him and CMC, so I'm waiting on. But it's a big difference because the offense is going to be scoring more, but Kamara's going to catch way more passes than CMC. Kamara might catch 100 passes. He just got paid last year. He's also at 30 years old, so they can't like save him because it's like a median. Like he's getting older. So you got to just kind of play him and let it play out. If they was going to trade him, they should have traded him last year. So I love Kamara this year. Appreciate the super chat. Big Will in the house. Yes, sir.
And I'd say in
Um,
this year's seasonal drafts too, unless you're one of those first five picks, you're not getting one of those top running backs. You might as well wait on them anyways.
right. Big facts. I agree. But I'm just going robust RB, especially if I got two or three flex spots. I'm just getting RB, and then I get some deep sleeper, not deep sleeper, but I get some wide receivers like DK Metcalf, guys that people aren't drafting a lot. That's my drafting strategy in a lot of my drafts. King of Fantasy says Ollie Gordon is a deep sleeper. Yes, he is, especially with the injury for Devon A. Chain. Woody Marks is a sleeper. How you feel about Woody Marks, Maximus?
Crowded room with Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon. Then you got Damian Pierce is still there. Like that's a crowded room. I like Woody Marks in the long game, but I think he's more of a next year play. Damian Pierce's contract's up; they can just let him walk. Joe Mixon, I think his contract's up as well, and Chubbs is done, so he might be the starter next year. But
Right.
for this year, I'm not expecting much out of him.
Right, me too. The Fantasy Network, appreciate you, bro. He says Thornton as a wide receiver one. That's a hot take, and I love rookies. I ain't
Hey,
saying he's a wide receiver one. I think
no,
he's just going to make
uh,
big plays for them.
and I said wide receiver one, but I meant like the wide receiver one for the Raiders
Yeah, right,
in a football terms, not fantasy
right.
terms.
He's always trying
Yeah,
to corner somebody in. He always
Terrence
trying
is
to turn.
always
Yeah, stirring the pot.
with his witch and brew.
Right. Let me see here. Vikings about to get Thielen or Myers. Right. Um, Miracle Baller says yes. Troy Franklin is a deep sleeper. I agree with that. Yep. Don Mega Mayweather says, can we get some Hunter Riffro love? No, because Jimmy Horn is taking his position. Jimmy Horn is going to be playing that position, I believe. Uh, let me see. Chris says Tesla has likely surpassed veteran Tim Patrick to become. Yeah, that's easy. That's easy.
I
Yeah,
think that's from Terrence's comment earlier where he said he's Tim Patrick's backup
right.
because I did see that pop up.
There we go. And Chris says Rodriguez is worthwhile late round filler. Yeah, it's a lot of backs to get. I wouldn't take them. Commanders head coach Dan Quinn last week said that Rodriguez will get some short yardage usage, which could mean valuable goal line work. Yeah, but I'm not. I just too many mouths to feed. I'd rather take Ja'Cory on that team. Let's see here. The Fantasy Network says Dominic Lovett is a backup to St. Brown, and he's the stream deep sleeper. How do you feel about that, Maximus?
Who is it?
Dominic Lovett. Nah.
Yeah, I don't. Someone's found a player I don't know,
Right, right.
which is rare.
Father 3 says TD and Max reporting live. Yes, sir, bruh. KF Dema says with Keenan Allen back in LA, does that hurt Keandre Lambert? I think it hurts Lambert. Keenan Allen is the guy until he goes down.
When he goes down.
When he goes down.
That's just come
Um,
back and enjoy your
right.
last year with your team.
With your team, right. Big Will, appreciate that, bruh. Yes, sir. Fantasy Network said, do you think Warren will keep the job throughout the year? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, they may split some carries, but he's going to keep his job because he can protect Aaron Rodgers. That's the main thing.
and he can pass catch for those
Yep.
check downs.
Right. Antonio Lopez, what's up? He said, who would you guys take at 1-3? At 1-3, I'm probably taking maybe Jameer Gibbs or B. John if they there. Jameer Gibbs or B. John.
Yeah, I'd probably go Gibbs myself because you're gonna have Jamar Chase go one. Two will either be Bijan or Lamb,
Right. I'm not
typically.
right. I'm fading Lamb this year, not because he's a bad player, just I don't take every time somebody want to give me a piece of candy, I don't take it. I gotta make a decision on somebody. I can't take every single body that's slotted in. I'm not doing it because it doesn't work that way. You got George Pickens, who I think is gonna have a good year. So I just not gonna I'm just not really getting a CD. Kenny said Saquon Barkley could have broken it last year. Yes, and he chose not to. That's why I'm like, if you don't break it that year,
But last year he didn't have a Super Bowl ring. That's the difference.
there you go.
And that's
Facts.
what I'm saying. Now, if he was had the choice in front of him and he's already got one ring, do you want to go for the record? He's gonna say, "Fuck yeah, let's
Yep.
do it." And I want to
Facts.
win a Super Bowl.
Facts. Deal Devoted says cutting edge content. Yes, sir, bruh. Yes, sir. And we'll go to Kenny last comment. He says Woody has the freshest legs. Yes, he does have fresh legs, but you got to be able to go in there and protect the quarterback too. They can't just now, if they put you down on rundowns, everybody know you're gonna run it. You got to be able to at least act like you can block. So can Woody as a rookie be able to protect CJ Stroud? Because if you put him in and he gets CJ Stroud knee messed up,
Well, you already got a hard enough time with that offensive line.
right?
So, like, why are you going to put a rookie out there with going to get him injured too, right? Like, and why would you put the rookie out there with that line so bad to ruin his confidence? So that's
Right.
why I think he's like one of these next year type of guys. You got Nick Chubb there, you got Joe Mixon, and you got Damian Pierce. Just none of them are going to be on the team next year, so you'll see
Right.
them be run into the ground.
Facts. Big Will, last comment says, I tore my ACL back in May. I stayed quiet about it until now. Surgery on Thursday, so keep it up, bruh. So keep a bruh in your prayers. Yes, sir, bruh. You know I'm always praying, even if I don't know what's going on. My Holy Spirit is always praying, bruh. I appreciate you always showing support to the channel. One of my most loyal subscribers, bruh. Appreciate you. Um, Deal Devoted says, no doubt, Big Will prayers for healthy recovery. And Chris says, is Phil Maffa a stash? Um, it's a jag to me. I haven't heard anything. I'm not touching any of the running backs in Dallas until I see something. Okay, I think Maximus froze up, guys. So listen, well, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. Maximus has something somewhere he has to go. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Y'all guys be safe. Please, hey Maximus, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Just you can catch me at Alex on Spotify on the fantasy or no the fantasy blind spot, and then we'll be on Thursday doing on the good hour at 6:30 on this channel, and we're giving our hot takes and predictions for the season.
Yep. Chris, last night he said you're gonna be fine on the ACL. Just make sure that you got a good surgeon. Yes, sir. All right, guys, y'all be safe. See y'all later. Appreciate you, Maximus.
Yep. See you.
Peace.